Everybody, and we're back with round 8 of the 4th qualifier. And yeah, I had a pretty chill lunch break, get some rest, get some food, and we're back for some exciting Pokemon action. We will see who makes it into day 2, and I'm once again joined here by Marco. Hey Marco, how was your break? How are you doing? Are you hyped?
Hello. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped about this. It's the last qualifier. We will know which people will be playing at the Invitational, which I'm so looking forward to. It's gonna be very interesting. This closed format type of game, I really, really like them. But yeah, let's actually see here what's happening. There's a Jirachi start. Probably seeing the Dragapult VMAX deck that we talked about a lot, and against a Blacephalon. Very interesting matchup.
Yeah, I think we saw a little bit of that matchup in the last qualifier, and I believe Blacephalon came out victorious a lot of times. So I think it should, it's in general, if you're able to outpace the Dragapult in the early turns, like if you have consistent setup with Baby Blacephalon, then you're in a big advantage. But Dragapult can capitalize really, really quickly. And yeah, we saw Gabor on stream earlier. He plays Crushing Hammer, he plays Power Plant, so that are some ways in which you can slow down Baby Blacephalon, shut off Oricorio, maybe remove some crucial energy attachments and keep up that way. So I think it's an even playing field right here.
Indeed, indeed. Then we go Jirachi start as well. Pretty good. Crushing Hammer and Marnie off of this Jirachi. I wouldn't mind seeing a Marnie turn 1, especially since we saw the opponent getting that Zacian V turn 1 off. But yeah, as you said, it's a matchup I think is very favorable to the Blacephalon. We saw it a bunch of times, but it's always a surprise because the Blacephalon can sometimes break, and if the damage spread is even by the Dragapult VMAX, I'm pretty sure they can win pretty easily. Obviously, yeah, this start from the Blacephalon is not amazing. Obviously, going first means no Welder, so no extra draws, just the Zacian. But yeah, let's see how this goes from now on.
Yeah, and also if you can just keep spamming Marnie, that can sometimes just spell the end for Baby Blaze. So
indeed.
A lot of Dragapult decks play 4 Marnie, so yeah, it's pretty easy for them.
We see Crashing Hammer actually no Marnie off of the second Jirachi. Choose Scoop Up Net, did correctly, did bench the second Jirachi before doing the Scoop Up Net, or he would have lost the game. Props to that. And even a skateboard.
Yeah, just getting ready, give yourself as many options as possible. I think it's fine to take the risk to Stellar Wish here because you already have the energy in hand and you want to guarantee that attachment.
Also quick ball to get the Dragapult in play. Great start, I would say.
Yeah, and then you're just looking at the. Oh, I would have chosen to Marnie here, try to disrupt your opponent. But I guess if you just leave the Jirachi active anyway, then the Marnie doesn't matter so much, and you have the Mewtwo to put it back on top for the next turn. And next turn, it might be more impactful than this turn, and it might be more important to draw more cards with the research and get your optimal setup for turn 2. And there's the VMAX and the Psychic, so...
Yeah. I said Gabor being really considerate about its deck limits. As we saw before with the game that Stefan played, he braked a little, and that cost him the game. However, here... You see Gabor is playing very conservatively. He's just deciding, I don't want to risk this. I'm just going to go for the safe play, draw 7 cards. And next turn, once I'm set up, I'm going to Marnie you. So great start overall. Let's see what the Blacephalon player is able to do here.
Yeah, I think Power Plant could be really key in this matchup, shutting off the Oricorio. We saw it last qualifier, we saw it being shut off by stuff like the Shadow Box Mimikyu. But Power Plant is just... there's no real great stadium to play in Dragapult. I think Power Plant is the optimal choice, and if you play Power Plant, then you don't need the Shadow Box Mimikyu, and you can conserve your precious bench spots. Indeed. And the Scoop Up Net on the Baby Blacephalon does not look like great.
Yeah, and look at that. Right, Intrepid Sword once again, and this Marnie is gonna hit hard once again. The Mewtwo on the active spot, yeah, it's just a cannon fodder at the moment. Yeah, pretty slow start, but the Blacephalon player, once again, we see here when the Dragapult VMAX is going to shine out, when the opponent does not find the cards that it needs, it's going to start spreading turn after turn. Yeah, it does also find a way to retreat, so that's fantastic stuff for him.
Yes.
Even a Professor Research for next turn, fantastic.
Yeah, even a crushing hammer to just follow it
exactly.
up. As the
Yeah.
Gabor always flips heads. Yeah, and he
Salt in the
does
wound.
again.
Just salt in the wound. Retreating to the Dragapult VMAX, bit of a misplay. He could have retreated into the Jirachi, get one more Stellar Wish off.
Yeah, I agree, but yeah, it would have been optimal.
It's always exactly. It's optimal. It's always one card more. Can change the matchup quite easily. And decides to put 20 damage on the Jirachi, and that's fair. So it's in knockout range for our next Max Phantasm. And yeah, I would say the spreading ability of Dragapult VMAX is the main gateway in which it can win.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
Like
promotes the Jirachi.
spreading your damage around, like the misplacement of single damage counter can decide games, and that's why the deck has a really high skill ceiling. So in the hands of a good player, you will see they will be able to do a lot more with the damage being spread around. But there's a little bit of recovery option for the Blacephalon player here, the Heat Factory and the Ori Choreo. So going to be drawing a bunch of cards and the Stellar Wish as well. So yeah, if there's an opening, it would be right here to get the KO. But of course, you still need the Welder and a lot of energy cards. So let's see if he is able to get it. Yes, Welder. So perfect. That's exactly what you want to see. And already a Fire Flint has been played, so the hand is filled with energy cards. And there's even a Stellar Wish to follow it up. So
exactly, fantastic stuff here. And once again, it shows off how quick Blacephalon can just catch up into the game. But obviously, we need to see if there is a knockout here. There's a scoop of net. He's going pretty steadily. I think he has it. Let's see if there are 6 energies in there.
Yeah.
Crystal, fantastic.
To recover. So now it's sure that he has the 7 energy in hand and even a retrieval to
top it off. Nice, spectacular stuff here.
Yes. Let me see. Fireball Circus, it's just so great, right? If sometimes when you play against Blacephalon, they can sometimes kind of bait you that where it seems like they have nothing, but then they draw Heat Factory or
exactly.
Draw then basically half of their deck, and you get the 3-prize knockout out of nowhere. So
yeah, and this is really massive as well because now the Dragapult does not have an extra energy, so I don't think he has a way to respond to this knockout.
Yes, probably if he takes will be just a threat for 60, but I don't think you risk that. I think you just play conservative this turn and try to money your opponent again, maybe give them another prize and then look for a reset stamp and replacement replacement of the stadium in the same turn and knock out that Blacephalon and just try to prevent your opponent from finding Blacephalon Welder and the whole combo in one turn.
Yeah. And Blacephalon always has this philosophy, both the GX deck back in the day and this current baby Blacephalon version. It sort of has this philosophy out to play in the sense that once the deck lines up perfectly, it's very hard to stop it. It's very, very hard to face the fact that it's going to knock out each of your threats every turn. And in a meta of tag teams, it is very, very massive.
Yeah, there we see that was a little bit unlucky right there, right? Putting the the money on top, but gets the reset stamp. So that's definitely something Gabor wants to concern right here. So he is going to Stellar Wish to get the money back from the top of the deck, and changing his game plan according to the card that he drew off that he got.
That's fair.
Knowledge.
Pretty horrible hand, however. As if a Fion in case to slow down, but putting on front of the Jirachi, it's not great. There's a retreat probably into the other Jirachi, I would say. Yeah, there it is. Oh boy.
Yeah, maybe looking like you want to see a power plant at a stamp on your following turn.
Yeah.
I think if you're at 2 prizes versus Blacephalon, it's fine. Like now you want to avoid putting stuff like the Den into play. Yeah, like this turn you never put the Den into play because then they can just Grammar and Snipe and burst GX. So acknowledging how your opponent wins the game is also super important right there.
Yeah, let's see what actually is able to do right now. It does have also we need to consider that the Blacephalon player has Inventation. You can even take a turn off if it dance looks really bad. But there's even a switch, so it's gonna have access to Jirachi, the Heat Factory in play. So yeah, once again, this is how important Blacephalon is in the meta, it just gives a big warning sign. It just represents a big warning sign to tag teams in the sense that, yes, they are massive, but as soon as they have an opening and they are not able to catch up with the baby Blacephalon, it's going to be game.
Yeah, they need to. You definitely need to respect that and build your deck accordingly so that you have a way to like somehow disrupt them and beat them. But there's a second welder. Setting up that second Blacephalon is super important because it allows you to stream your attackers back to back and make it super hard for your opponent to lock you out of the game.
And now it's fine for the Dragapult player to give this knockout. It puts the Blacephalon player to chew prices down, but it's fine. Like, you don't really care about that. You have the Mew as well. You are safe from being sniped in the bench.
Yep.
And as long as you don't bench any GX, you should be fine. As well, this brings a problem because that hand is looking massiver and massiver each of the passing turns. So yeah, a Fiery Flame to top it off.
I think we at Gabor will be digging for his reset stamp right here because that's basically the last chance you're gonna get. But there are a lot of recovery cards gone for the Blacephalon player already. There's 2 Retrieval, 2 Crystal, and all 4 Flint, and I think 7 or 8 energy in the discard pile. So if there's an opening, I mean, Gabor would need a huge combo right here to pull it off, but if there's still an opening left to maybe disrupt them in a way where they can't back. Seems crazy if the game is like 2 to 5 prizes and you trade down in the price trade, but
yeah, definitely. I don't think he can go for an option of trying to mill out his opponent by just waiting. I think the Dragapult VMAX could add this level of play just for the fact that Dragapult VMAX is such a massive deck and requires so many resources from the opponent to actually take a knockout. So that's going to mean the deck is going to get thinner and thinner every turn. I think it would be a valuable option. Like right now, the Blacephalon player has 9 cards left in the deck, drew a lot of them cards, doesn't have much resources. So I think his best bet right now is to just hope the Blacephalon just doesn't draw the cards it needs, which is going to be pretty hard considering they're going to see their whole deck.
Yeah, you need a stadium right here, I think. If you take the knockout and you don't replace the stadium, then
it's over.
It's basically game over, so you need to dig. And benching the Mew paying off right here because it allows you to safely data change now.
Yeah, pretty scary if the opponent plays a great catcher, but
yeah, I mean,
right now.
I just have a quick look.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
And there seems to be no great catcher.
Okay, that's perfect then.
In the Baby Blacephalon stack, so it's fine right now. Yeah, just thinning out the Giratina as well. You need to hit some combo of cards right here. Power Plant is a good start.
Scoop up Menen as well to mess around with his bench a bit.
Yeah.
Also, the Zigzagoon can come useful, but not right now. Also, quick ball thinning out once again its deck. And a Fion out, and even a Stellar Wish.
He doesn't get a stamp right here, but maybe he has another chance. Maybe off the Primate Wisdom or something.
It's a Spinner as well. 1 more energy. That's Primate Wisdom. Let's see if there is. Even a Crashing Hammer would do something, but no, just an energy.
Yeah, now you just have to pray. I mean, that way, if your opponent doesn't end the game on the next turn with a knockout, which will be quite difficult, I think, then you have the stamp still available to you on the following turn.
Yeah. Also pretty sad that we saw those 20 damage from the Dragapult VMAX to leave that Jirachi, which would have granted me a knockout.
Yeah.
Because it was scoop up net. So yeah, right now it's a bit dangerous because the Jirachi will just be able to fetch him 1 card. Pretty sad stuff.
I like this play right here, setting up the damage in a way where you can knock out the Oricorio and the Jirachi in the same turn, and if you're able to combine that with the reset stamp, then that would be a really strong play, I think.
Definitely.
Like you still need the Zigzagoon, of course, but Gabor already has that in hand with the scoop up net, so that's not an issue. But we see Welder. That all is just like giving yourselves option in case your opponent doesn't end it right here, which is certainly possible.
Mateusz just drawing all of his cards. There's an adventures bag as well. Doesn't get anything. Probably drew already off all of his souls. But yeah, let's see if this Blacephalon will be able to take the knockout. If not, maybe, just maybe, we could see a comeback here from Gabor.
Yes. I mean, as I said, if there's only like one fire crystal price or something that could already really mess with your energy counts, and there are like a lot of energies are gone already, so you need to scrap together your last remaining resources right here, I think, to push for the knockout. And
Indeed.
if you don't get it, I don't think you will be able to fuel another Blacephalon with an attack. So, but there's a fire crystal, so that's a really good start. And we see retrieve.
Probably has it.
Does he have it?
Circus. How many energies?
200?
200 only. Okay. This can be pretty dangerous.
Yes.
Especially with the Marnie, it's gonna be quite tough as well. That power plant is really putting in some work. Both removing the free card draw from the Eat Factory and the free card draw from the Oricorio.
Yes, that's really important. And now you have a lot of options right here to either go for a knockout on the Jirachi or with the Zigzagoon, or just maybe great catch up the Oricorio or something.
Yeah.
But
so there's a Stellar Wish, Reset Stamp. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Reset Stamp. I would take the Reset Stamp here as well. Just lowering your opponent's hand size. But I think that you have to take out it's better to take out the Blacephalon right here, because then your opponent also needs to find a welder of the Reset Stamp.
I would have preferred also to see one more damage on that Jirachi, but there's the Zigzagoon, of course, removing with that bench slot with that scoop up net. So now this would mean a double knockout this turn, which is gonna pose another problem for Mateusz Laszkiewicz to also find another Pokemon to put in and retreat, as well as Marnie, messing one again with his hand, and as well a Reset Stamp if he wants to top it off.
Yeah, no, Gabor has the option to go for double knockout, but I'm not sure if he wants to go for it right here.
I would like it. I would really like it here.
I mean, if you knock out the I mean knock out the sorry, I misspoke. I mean knock out the Oricorio and the
definitely.
But I think knocking out the Blacephalon here is way better.
You have the power planted. That Oricorio is basically a big juicy creep that you will take on later. But there we go. Actually, we see the Dragapult VMAX on 1 turn away from winning, as well the Blacephalon 1 turn away from winning, missing those 120 damage on the Dragapult VMAX. This is gonna be very, very close, but only 3 cards in hand for Mateusz. Let's see, there's a Quick Ball. It's gonna get Jirachi. Does he have anything that can save him from this? No, the Broken Heart reaction. There's only a Victini. Is it gonna be enough? But no. Gabor von Menen taking down Mateusz Laszkiewicz in a very close match, I would say.
Yeah, I think the Gabor played the damage counter spread was really good. I think just set up for an end game where you can end the game really, really quickly, and coming back from a 5-2 price deficit really shows how cards like Marnie, Reset Stamp, Power Plant, Crushing Hammer can slow your opponent down if they are low on resources and enable your comebacks like this. Really nice.
Definitely prefer this version to the Malamar version, just because it has more option and you're not reliant on Malamar in case you are left behind. So overall, very good match by both players, and I think we'll be right back for another match from round 8.
Yeah, see you.